Who? John Brown. Oh, wait. Not quite at the morning, but I'm here.
Yeah, I know. More close to the afternoon or evening to you guys.
Yes, that's pretty much where we're at. How is life in the fast lane?
So are you guys back in lockdown
Yet.
yet?
It's like you're expecting us to go in lockdown.
Well, we keep making rumbling. We keep making noise.
Yes.
Live streaming is on.
Well, you're on live streaming now, so.
So that's just the two of us on a live stream. Where's the rest of the crew?
Well, you know how it is. You never worry about people that are not there. Everybody's been alerted. If you got your alert, they got their alerts, and if they're available, I never go past that. I was kind of before I went online, I was doing some kind of updating on news from the States, and then I had seen that they had, I don't know if they'd come back with a verdict on a similar situation as George Floyd, with the guy who was a black, where they dragged him out.
I'm getting parts and pieces.
Okay, let's see if this changes anything. Anyway, they kind of dragged him out of a rest stop.
Nice.
And let me take this out. So, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, so they dragged him out of a rest stop, and it was a similar situation. He was trying to let his dog go. He went to the bathroom. He was trying to let his dog go to the bathroom, and he had some sort of verbal conversation with somebody from the place where he was at, and the cops came. And this is Phoenix, Arizona, and they dragged him out. They did the same thing, put the knee on the neck, and killed him. He was a black Muslim, and they said the comment was, "Let your God help you now." And it was all on body cam. So they find it. Obviously, the body cam just was released, and so it's. I was like, wow, because when I saw it, I thought, oh, wow, and the body cam on this was really up close. I mean, you could just see the guy's gums. That's how close it was up. So they really did a number on him. So in light of all of what else is going on in the country and the world, they have a new one of those. And what seems to be happening is that little by little they're releasing these things. And I look at it from two standpoints. One thing about information, that people have finally, or these departments have finally decided to give it up. And then the other side of it is that that they're trying to wreak havoc and cause people to wreak havoc, before the election. So it's like a double whammy that they're insisting on doing it, and it's really quite. It's a powerful ploy if they're releasing all these things at one time. So, they said that even the stuff that they're having now which I don't know, they may be focusing on it from your neck of the woods, but we're not seeing any more of the protests. But they tell me that the protests are still going on. People are still out in the streets. People are still protesting about the stuff. However, you kind of look at the situation, and you have to kind of lay the blame also at the feet of the media, because the media is just they're just not reporting stuff. They, if I think, yeah, well, it's there. It's what they're reporting. It's you're talking about journalism. Okay, there's a difference between journalism and reality show. This is journalism. We haven't seen that in a while. Well, I don't know if I'd say that. Well, but the deal is that what has happened is the owners are not having the networks make any kind of statement or anything. And so if there are people that are quote unquote accepted respect, if there are people that are quote unquote
Froze up. You froze up. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But you just took the... Okay. I don't know what's happening.
Accepted, respected, and so on and so forth. They all get the little sideshow with their name on it.
Right.
So it's almost like a disclaimer.
Yeah, just dropped. You just dropped. It's totally dropped. Hello? Hi.
Hello.
You just totally dropped right in the middle of whatever you were saying. Just like poof, disappeared.
In the middle of this is the second time today, because I did a Bible study at 10 o'clock this morning, which is a few hours ago, and they're trying to fix it, and it pulls out a 20-second drop, and it's it could almost be like, well, the conversation is way too hot. Let's just put some ice on that, and and it's kind of like that, and you kind of lose that momentum on it. But what I was saying is that it's the major networks are not trying to do news. It's all reality stuff, and and they don't even wait until you get the truth out. If you got something, run with it. We can fact check it later to see if it's real or not. But the most important thing is that you hit the waves with it first. So.
Yeah, which is stupid.
That's kind of
but that's
so. But that's the way of tabloid news.
Well, that's the way. That's the way of
now.
the liability policy today, because there's no two sources bit anymore. There's no third and second source verification. You know, they'd rather it's the big media or the big internet company effect of basically saying, okay, let them sue us. Okay. Benvenuti, Pastor.
Hello.
Hi. Ooh, meetings. It's crazy. How are you all?
Yeah, so I think
vertical.
Bonjour. So you came up with one of those big words. Welcome. So you came up with one of those big words. We're good. We're talking about verification in news now. So they are pushing and putting up stuff about the guy who the closer to the George Floyd and stuff on that, which is atrocious. I can just tell you that now. And so I was saying to John, I said, well, it's either, it's probably both, but it's either, they're trying to unload because people have been persisting and asking for the information. And the whole other idea is to get people so worked up that, there'll be chaos in the streets, and, then the guy in the Casabianca, he'll send the troops out and save the day or something like that. So I think we're kind of there.
Well,
which is rather interesting.
Honestly, I think we should just go ahead and prepare them eviction papers and serve them now. Let's just get it over with.
I'm with you, John.
Can't say you didn't have constructive notice.
No question.
I'm with you, John.
Okay.
Dig out the canker.
The question is who's going to serve it? Who's going to serve it? It's got to be, because nobody else has the courage. Wait. Let me finish. Don't interrupt.
Go ahead.
Wait, don't let
Go
me.
ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Because the only one that I'm seeing that are pulling the elephants down by the trunk are the people from New York. And just like Cuomo said, the New Yorkers will get it done, and they seem to be getting it done. And all the rest of the people have been, whatever.
Let's form a We the People committee. I'll hit it
up in New York.
You got to go. We have come to get you out right now. Pack your drawers. Goodbye.
Well, and
here are two things.
And even the judges are not kowtowing to it.
No, because those are the old school ones. See, these are the ones. These are the ones that have not been impacted by Mitch McConnell. These still got the old that's still there. Okay, that Mitch McConnell couldn't just snatch out and replace.
Well, we try not to call.
No, look. Okay, look.
Try not
call a spade a spade. Your mama always told you that. You call a spade a spade. Point of the matter is that it is what it is, and that is his name. Okay, it's no more than Nancy did last night on the cotton picking Democratic National Convention. She called him by name.
Go ahead, John.
She called him by name. Mitch and Trump specifically.
So you got an advantage. You get.
Okay. She called him out specifically. But here's the hook. Here's the hook.
Coming over.
Okay.
What's the hook, John? What's the hook?
Okay. Here's the hook. That is that. Okay. If he makes the stupidity mistake of challenging this thing, he still got to leave. You know why? The Constitution says that as a matter of law, okay, if it is challenged, okay, the Speaker of the House is appointed president. So that means that Nancy Pelosi becomes president of the United States until they resolve all of the other drama in between. Okay, he just went from a bad. You
calling on the Constitution. These people don't even know what that is. But you're right. Now you're right. But I'm telling you.
Now see, but see, here's the trick. Nancy don't have no tolerance for him. So once, because they will enforce the Constitution, whether he likes it or not. So once they do that, power shifts from being at 1600 to whoever Nancy is. And Nancy
Well,
will
this
send
guy
some
said it
people.
the other day. Say, I forgot this story. Chitkin, or well, he used to be Department of Homeland
Yeah.
Security. He said the very same thing. He said once the election has happened and it ain't him, there are procedures to get him out.
Oh, they
He's
will
no
go
longer
get him.
he's no longer the focus. Just somebody go get him and drag his butt right on out.
No.
It's as
The
simple as
bad
that.
part about it is that the people who have been protecting him will be the ones helping him to leave the building, because their order of command shifts to the
That's
other
what we're
person.
saying. We saying the very same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly.
I want to see it. I would like to see it. They could put it on, broadcast it all over the land. I won't miss a minute of it.
It will be DJT, Little Baron, and what's that woman's name? Anyway, they'll all be getting an escort. Escort.
Well, Melania should have been gone. She done waited too late.
Believe me, she will find a plane somewhere between here and yon.
She late. She should have been gone. She should have been gone.
Wait a minute. No, never underestimate the power of a woman.
Well,
okay, don't even overestimate that, because as far as we know, she could already have her bags.
That's true. She did renegotiate the prenup. That's what took her so long to come to DC. She renegotiated the prenup to include Byron in the inheritance. So she ain't dumb as she look. I'll say that. Okay.
Well, at least she knows how to get good material.
Well,
no, that is yet to be affirmed.
Rights.
That is yet to be affirmed, because
John, we already know.
If she pulls what she pulled after the last convention and tried to take the stuff that Michelle had used and repeat it, twist it around, okay, I have to question that thought.
Well, I think it's her speech writers who are doing that. Because I don't think Melania.
It's right, because as far as she's concerned, if it's, and I think, now put it this way, now I don't think she's ignorant that they're using pieces of it, but you know how speech writers are. You got to give folks some fire. Okay, so if you come on with a fire blazing speech, they're gonna remember it, whether it's good or bad. That's you. We just know that.
Uh-huh.
It's just the way it is. And if she comes and just like now, if she had done like a regular, first lady speech, she'd have been forgettable. Okay, nobody would be talking about her now.
Mm-hmm.
But since they know how to pull, they pull from some good stuff and threw some other stuff in there, and there you have it.
So you're telling me what you're trying to tell me, based on that logic of thinking, is that Dan Quayle needs to be forgiven for the faux pas that he pulled when he was with 43.
Oh, that's another story, John. We ain't got time.
That's like sour milk. Okay.
What is today's date, John?
Like
the 20th.
Today is the 21st.
First.
Oh, thank you.
The 21st.
Yeah. What you ever say, Nehemiah?
21st. Well, I mean, the ball has already started to roll, because when they yeah, I know.
Ain't mine.
I know.
You're not gonna not hear that.
You're live on Social and Musical Evolution, Dr. De Cristoforo. You're live on the show. You have words said. We're going live. There's John and there's Brenda.
Benvenuti diretti.
Okay.
Ciao De Cristoforo. Benvenuti diretti.
Ciao John, ciao Brenda.
Ciao.
La saluti da Firenze.
Ok, sono qui, bye.
Grazie, ciao.
Vabbè, io arrivo e poi scappo.
Ok, ciao.
Ciao.
So there's not only lot like live program.
Well.
The one thing. I mean, it's like when we heard about the NRA
Her being disbanded because she done pulled a
when we
rug on
heard
her.
that go when they came up with that one. When we heard about that one going down, I knew that the bricks, somebody had pulled the bricks out, and then now we hear about the Bannon case. So you know that house of cards is going down, and it's going down very fast. And so, from what I understand, see, I'm on this side of the world, so like a lot of the bits and pieces I don't get unless I get it off the internet. But
So
you know,
why
in the middle of that, you got the guy who's what is
Bannon.
it? Who's physically no. So it's on the team. He's physically challenged. He's got a Purple Heart and all. You know, they got the soldiers out and all of that. But wait. When I was doing my research for this program and I was doing my research, and I found that Bannon was backing Black Americans for the Future. And that whole Black Americans for the Future
was too late. They got him off the yacht. Yes.
Republican. No. This. I mean, they started backing them in 2008. Okay, because there was some African American guy who founded it, but all of the white people, all of the people that were funding it, were white. Okay, so didn't have anything to do with the hood. This other brother was obviously just bought. So pretty much what we're seeing is that they've been buying and shopping in the hood,
buying and shopping
forever, and buying and shopping, and you know, I mean, so the Kanye West
and just recognize that
window dressing.
This is normal for them. People may be just finding out the depth and the breadth of all of this. But what's going on is this is what's been happening behind the scenes for a very long time. That's the way they've operated, and they hadn't been caught, and so they'd gotten comfortable because sin always makes you stupid. Sin always makes you stupid. You start thinking nobody sees what you're doing and everybody else is dumb. It always makes you stupid. But they've been doing this a long time, so they expected to get away with it because they've been getting away with it. And it's just a brand new day. God says, vengeance is mine, I will repay.
Well, our mama used to say, everything done in the dark will be brought to the light.
That's the truth, Ruth.
You know, the best disinfectant is daylight. Anyway, I just, you know, it amazes me.
That's why the brothers say shoot it up your That's why he was saying shoot it. Use that to kill off some COVID.
Well,
but I'm sure his mama didn't tell him that.
No.
So
John got that.
So John.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is that there seems to be we talked about trust issues on the last appointment that we had, and the thing that the young lady, I can't remember, I know her first, what was her first name? It's I can't remember her first name. The district attorney for New York. She has restored.
I can't think of her name.
She has restored the faith, my faith in the whole judiciary thing, because I being on the other side of the world, 6,000 miles away, and having studied what is it? At least Poli-Sci 101, okay, or read a little bit of that jaded Virginia history. So I might have to adapt and cut some stuff out after this. But you understand that there are three different
branches
pockets of the government, branches, And so they all are supposed to work together for the common good. That's what they're supposed to do. And so for the longest time, those of us that are on not so close to the flame, I guess you could say, we've been wondering, wait a minute, okay, why is nobody speaking? Why is nothing happening? Right. Why aren't the voices being heard?
Yeah. Why isn't Congress doing what it ought to do? And why isn't the courts doing what they're supposed to do?
You know that, yeah, it's, partially. Absolutely. And then you see, okay, so for the George Floyd thing, the movement was, okay, there was so much coming out about the death of George Floyd and people hearing it every day and so on and so forth, that they had to do something to kind of move that along, because too many relative to that. So you had all the generals that were coming out saying, happening. All of a sudden, if you look at the way the smoke screen has come up, then all of a sudden they just move that cloud away, and you hear the only thing you're hearing about, he's sending folk in, trying to clean up those areas where there's supposedly protesters that are threatening damage to
property,
federal properties.
But wait.
And that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's been coming up.
Hold that thought. Okay, that would be nice if they were actually federal government employees. Okay, but they weren't. They were employees of Betsy DeVos's brother.
Mercenaries.
Under contract. Right. Mercenaries on the street.
They're mercenaries.
They're paid mercenaries. United States, okay, inflicting pain and anguish upon U.S. citizens, okay, outside the perimeter of the area of protection, which means that there should have been some state, local, and federal people over there arresting their rear ends, okay? Now, this whole thing of we're going to become a banana dictatorship on his watch is insane. But then again, he's insane. Okay. So that's bringing us to where we are now, understanding why people are realizing that when he asked the question, quote unquote, what y'all got to lose? Okay. 170,000 people dead. Okay. 50 million people unemployed. Oh, wait, we don't stop there. Y'all ain't getting them $1,200 unemployment. Okay, you ain't gonna get no mortgage extension protection, and you ain't gonna get no eviction protection. Oh yeah, and all y'all old folk, we're gonna take your Medicare and your Social Security too. So what you got to lose?
Everything. It's getting real clear. It was clear for a whole bunch of us, but are we great yet?
Yeah. I mean, and the reality of it is that what we just saw with Bannon is a small reflection of what has been going on the whole time. But the man told you that in the ET interview when he got on the bus. And y'all excuse my utilization of the expression, but it's what he said. Okay. He said you just push up on them, stick your tongue down their throat, and grab them and that's what he's done to America. Okay. That's exactly
all right.
America. That's what he said.
But I want to go into a different direction.
Okay.
I want to be a little more specific about the factual stuff that's going on. Okay, so yes, it is true, and I mean so if we go there, then we have to go even further back, because when they pulled out the tape on George W. Bush, and they were talking about him saying that we need to have disaster preparedness for infectious diseases.
Exactly.
I was stunned, and I thought, then you go to Obama, and then all of a sudden you go to that where there's just where he just cleaned that out. Okay, so then you have to see that there is a pattern happening in it, is that all the institutions are placed in a situation of decay. So now the last one is the post office. So if he can get by with the post office situation, and this is just, this is where, sadly enough, this is where the Republican Party is, and this is where American politics is, because you cannot do, those of us that know the Constitution and those of us that have studied political science, you cannot sit and see this happening. Just my position about it. It's just new. We have all of this kinds of confusion going on. It takes all of the how can I say it, the emphasis, and puts it in a different kind of way. And so they continue to dismantle the American governmental system the way it is supposed to be, and for, like you were saying, with healthcare and Social Security, and the list just goes. So what I'm saying is that there has been a rise. There's been this push. I said the other day, it's like we've always had kind of conflict, confusion, and all kinds of stuff. But we always try to keep the baby and the bathwater in the bathwater. Okay, but Barbara yesterday, who may not be able to make it, we came into the fact that you go to the ledge, you dump the baby, and the bathwater over the ledge, and so therefore, we're scrambling now because we've thrown away the baby and the bathwater. That's just what we've allowed them to take all stops out of it. The religious community with the evangelicals have had their so that they can remain politically aligned with these things, as opposed to taking the Bible as a whole. And then you have businesses. The businesses have gone for it. Right now, we're seeing are taking over.
Jerry Falwell had to step back.
I lost your sound, Brenda. Oh yeah.
Which is very emblematic.
I can hear her.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Brenda.
Falwell Jr. had to step down.
Yeah, now we can.
He had to step down, which is very emblematic of what's happening nationwide. I'm told that he changed once he aligned himself with Trump, because he used to be a timid. But when he was talking to the reporter about what was going on in this photograph with him on this boat, he sounded drunk and or high. I was like, what the heck? But they put students out of that school for being drunk or not being dressed appropriately. And here he is in full view of everybody, clearly in questionable circumstances, with his pants unzipped, his hand around the midriff of a half-clad woman who's not his wife on a boat somewhere. I mean, it's just, that's a metaphor for where this administration is. They came in trying to make people believe that they were the party of family values, and there have been more scandals that are detrimental to individual families and families in general under this administration that I can shake a stick at. I can't count them anymore. There's something about holding yourself up to something that, number one, you don't believe in the first place and are not practicing, that always finds us out. And every day, all these institutions that were touting family values and God and church are being found to be false. and I point out one thing before I hush for a moment. In the Black Lives Movement and all the aftermath of George Floyd's death. By the way, as Joe Biden said, George Floyd's daughter whispered to him, "Daddy changed the world." These Black Lives Matter protesters, they're not just black and brown, they're majority white, which is to say, these children have woken up and said, y'all been lying to us. Y'all have been lying. You have not told us the truth, and we have found out your hypocrisy, and we have thrown the water out. We're gonna start over again because what you've had us believing, what we've gone on all our lives, turns out to be a lie, and so we've got to find the truth. So we can't believe the words you say anymore, and that's good and bad at the same time.
But that's this basic standard of what is going on with the country in general. You obviously cannot hear me. Go ahead, Nehemiah. Go ahead. Nehemiah, proceed.
Nehemiah sometimes fading in and out for me.
No, I'm saying that I wanted to not miss.
No, go ahead. So that's what I said. Go ahead.
What's happening with my connection?
So
what I'm saying is that you're having me. Hello.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that now this is not the first time that they've come up with that, because after they kept killing all of those kids in those schools, the high schoolers came out and they marched. But you know what? The high schoolers can't vote. These are college students. These are older kids, and they can vote. And that's a big difference, because what happened with the high schoolers, that they protested against the NRA, protesting about regulation for firearms and so on, but they couldn't vote. These are people. These are young people that can vote.
They're not a demographic that can be ignored. Did you see the commenting on what Billie Eilish sang and spoke at the convention the other night? The Republican pundits were saying, "Oh, we don't have to pay attention to her." But do you know how many ears Billie Eilish has of that demographic? The 18 to 30-year-olds, brand new voters. She's got all their ears.
The tide, and so the other side of it is it's where protest.
And he's gone. Okay, so when the maestro comes back, I hope his feed didn't go dark. But the point of the matter is that, you cannot, as they wanted to stone the woman who was supposed to be caught in adultery, and Christ is on the ground and he's writing, and the point of the matter is, let him that hath no sin cast the first stone.
Yeah,
everybody's crooked. Exactly. Everybody's crooked. From the president on down, right on through, and even me, and all the Southern evangelicals, and all of that.
If we haven't done it, we have the potential.
Exactly. The point of the matter is that, we are called upon, once we recognize that we are sinners saved by grace, to not give cover and shelter to a homemonger, hypocrite, adulterer, a wife, and all of the other things.
Thank you.
And
put him
that's
up as be all. This man was from the very beginning clearly not capable, not fit by any metric, unfit to serve in any capacity, let alone as the president of these United States. Completely unfit. And apparently America needed convincing, and because the world kept saying, "Have you all lost your minds? Where did this clown come from?" And we were pushing, we just exemplified the definition of insanity. To keep doing the same thing, same way, hoping for different results. Obama said it the other day. Barry say, We had hoped he would grow into the presidency, that the weight of the office would somehow touch him and he would change. We realized that that is not going to happen. It cannot happen. He is unfit. He does not have any of what it takes to be any kind of leader. His own self-interest covers everything. If you're going to be the president, you got to be thinking about everybody, and he only cares about himself, because let the rubber hit the road and he'll dump his entire family if it means his butt gets saved.
Absolutely. And that's been his character since long before
all along
he ran. Yeah. And everybody knew, everybody that was awake already knew that. Okay. It was them other people that were buying his lips moving, saying, what do you got to lose?
The question is, no. Everybody saw it, but those who pretended not to see, the question becomes, so what did you hope to gain from his being in office?
Well, let me tell you what
this was not unknown. I'm sorry, people are complicit.
Yeah, no, it was complicit. It was known, and here's the play. Here is the play right here. Here's the chess master's play. Okay, you look at election night 2016. He's sitting in a chair looking at the TV set, and when they said he was president, his mouth fell open. Okay, now. Okay, you got 3 to 5 million votes over here for Hillary. Okay, I'm not saying she's no queen, no princess, or none of that. Okay, but Mitch McConnell, the great manipulator over here, and his crony, manipulated the Electoral College to force the play for one purpose, power, and to restructure the federal court system and stack it with the judges that they want, because they know they're going to have a problem going forward. Okay. And now, and if you notice how things have shifted, after he
it's going to be 2-3 generations to fix that mess.
Exactly. After he put that last judge in place, okay, then he even stepped back from the president because he had got what he wanted. Okay. Trump was the smokescreen. The big play was for them to manipulate the federal court system. And then, of course, Trump got his player and he brought in Barr, and they're going back. But here's the last play. By a bipartisan intelligence committee report, they have flatly, squarely come out and said, okay, there was collusion. Okay, they flat out bipartisan, Republican and Democrats on the committee have published a report, black and white. There was collusion, and they have testimony that points to the fact that he had conversations.
They had it all along, but what pisses me off is that they had that information all along, and they're just coming to the conclusion that people ought to recognize that it is so. I mean, come on.
Brenda, you're missing the point. It goes back to the great door stander, Mitch McConnell, standing at the door, holding everything up so Trump can do all of this.
We're just coming at it from 2 different sides, but I got you. But my point is that it is unconscionable.
Well, unconscionable does not get you 3/4 of majority to throw him out of office or to squash anything he does. And that's, again, where Mitch McConnell comes in, because he kept the Senate people in check. Okay. So, because if they had got enough votes, they could have squashed they could have, and they can, by 3/4 majority of the constitutional law. They can squash any order he gives by 3/4 majority. So there's not a thing that the president does that the Congress and the Senate cannot overrule, because we are, quote unquote, supposedly.
If they have the will. But let me tell you, the house cleaning is more than just Trump and Pence in the whole White House.
No, absolutely.
It's across the board. We need to dump them all. Because they've already proved untrustworthy. They've already showed us beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are not serving us. They're serving themselves or something else.
Well, that's why they need the 28th Amendment. The 28th Amendment, as proposed, says that Congress shall construe no law, that is not applicable both to the citizenry and to members of Congress equally. So if they're getting health insurance, we getting health insurance. If our checks are not getting cash, their checks
they don't get theirs. Right.
Okay, exactly.
Because I want to see any of them live on $600 a month.
Right. And so consequently, this is what the new push is about. And to speak to your point, Nehemiah, the whole college thing is nice, The school kids, high school kids did start it. But here's the great equalizer. In all of God's grace, mercy, and wisdom, okay, he sent or allowed COVID to happen globally. So everybody's stuff got shut down. That meaning that, because I can tell you, these college students would not be out here protesting the George Floyd thing, okay, if they had school, okay, because they were at home and out here, they had the time, okay, and everything else, okay? So it became sort of the perfect combination.
God called for a reset.
Exactly.
You didn't have time, I'll make time.
Exactly. And that is exactly what's happening, is that time is being made for people. It's almost like a dispensation of grace. Okay, people may not see it that way because of the number of people that die, but it is a dispensation of grace by virtue of the fact that I'm gonna give y'all a little more time. I'm gonna let y'all really deal with some anguish and some pain and some heartache, so you can get your heads and your minds and your spirit and your body and stuff right. Okay, before I go ahead.
It's a new day. Y'all got to be ready to go into this new phase. Nehemiah, are you talking?
Go ahead.
I don't think we can hear him.
He's trying.
We can't hear you.
You mumbling. Your lips are moving. Your lips are moving, but you ain't saying nothing.
See, you're not
your
right,
mic on mute? Is your microphone on mute? Hello? Hello?
You enjoy this too much. Way too much.
You need to get another computer. I'm sorry. Swana Technica is not there to help you right now. He can hear me. I can tell. Why don't you go grab Eusebio's computer and come back?
We cannot hear you.
We can't hear nothing. We can see you smiling. Now we can't even see that. It's stuck. Oh, there it goes.
It just went. You trying something else?
You want to try doing it from your phone? Try doing it from your telephone. Because your computer ain't working.
Type it in, John. Can you do a chat? Type it in on chat.
He's trying to type something. I can see his fingers moving. Oh, now he's gone. He's going to try to do a reset. But you're right, Brenda. And that is a reset, is exactly what it is. It is a reset. It is a dispensation of grace to try and find 10 who are solid believers.
Now you're going clean biblical. And and this is major. When God calls a reset, that'll preach. When God calls a reset,
yes. Yeah.
There's no ignoring that. When God calls a reset, we gonna reset.
Yes. And there is no option. There ain't no discussion. Ain't no conversation. Okay, and that's what a lot of people.
That's what we're doing. They don't understand. They have not understood. This is not an option right here. This you ain't got no choice. We gonna reset. Ain't nothing else to do.
Exactly. And that's all right. That is exactly what's going on here, is that he's called for a reset. Go ahead, Nehemiah. Speak, oh wonder. Come on now, I heard something slam. Click your fingers or something.
I haven't heard a thing.
Look, you're gonna have to get a second ISP backup, like get Vodafone or somebody, since they're merging with T-Mobile, because this Telecom Italia thing ain't working.
Maybe if we hang up and start again.
He's in the middle of recording.
Oh, that won't work.
We already live streaming.
Ooh. Devil don't like this, huh?
Okay. Why don't you try calling me on my, why don't you try call? No, that ain't gonna work either. I was gonna say you could try FaceTiming me on my phone, but that ain't gonna work either. I can't get that integrated. Okay, we'll work out this bug on the next one. Okay.
Do y'all have WhatsApp doesn't work there, does it?
Yeah. I don't know if he's on WhatsApp or not, but he's on WhatsApp. I can't get the audio into this system. That's the problem.
I see. What about Zoom?
Well,
Same thing?
You know what? The only thing that beats a failure, as they say, is a try.
That's a try.
Okay, and we're gonna try something. Answer your phone. Answer the phone. Speak.
And
Can you hear him, Brenda? Talk to him, Maya.
I can hear him now.
Talk to him, Maya. Well, okay, we got to get audio. However, we can get audio.
We can't hear. We haven't heard you at all. Yeah.
Can you hear him now?
let me go back to the drawing board. Okay, so let's break up for 5 minutes and then come back. Bye.
Okay.
Okay. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.